Hi everyone, my name is Anastasia and I'm Ukrainian. I live in Scotland for 3.5 years now, 2.5 from which I spent in Edinburgh and 1 year in Scottish Highlands. And today I would like to talk when is the best time to come to Scotland because all I'm doing here is just traveling around, and I was traveling during summer and during autumn, winter, spring, in any season, and I was experiencing quite a lot, like really quite a lot. And I went to the most remote places, and now I live in Scottish Highlands, which is really remote. Like closest supermarket is 1.5 hours away, so I know what I'm talking about. So, in case you want to come to Scotland but don't know when, then you better watch this video. Let's begin that there's a tourist season and not tourist season. Like tourist season begin in April and until October, and not tourist season is from October until April. I think it's better to start with not tourist season. So I will describe good things and bad things, at least they are good and bad for me. And first good thing is that accommodation become really cheap, and you can easily find accommodation in the last minute. So for example, if you decide to come to Scotland and you forgot to book your Highland trip, it's really easy for you to book your hotel or Airbnb or anything just a few days in advance. And also prices become quite cheap comparing to tourist season. A normal price can be like £100, £100, 50, and so on. Of course, they can be more expensive, they can be cheaper, but I'm talking about like normal, high quality accommodation. Second good thing about not tourist season is that there is no crowds. Like there's no people, and usually you can just walk around and enjoy solitude, a whole highland just for you, and you almost never meet anyone, which is really great. And third good season is that it's really easy to book ferry tickets in case you book tickets with a car. Because, for example, during tourist season, it's quite difficult to do it, but I will talk about it when we are talking about tourist season. So yeah, it's really easy to book tickets when you go anywhere. Fourth good thing is obviously landscape, and winter highlands looks impressive. They are so dramatic, and everything become like black and white for me, and only red roadsides telling you that you're in real world, not in black and white cinema, which is really great. And during autumn, all of those colors, like red trees and orange leaves, yellow leaves, fogs, they are so beautiful and so impressive. They are so moody. So I really enjoy Highlands during autumn. It's actually my favorite season in Highlands. And fifth good scene about not tourist season is black sky. You can see Aurora, you can see stars, you can see Milky Way, and it's just so impressive and so beautiful, and stars look so low. Of course, not every day you can see that shape forming aurora and scenes, but in case you're lucky, you can actually do it. And I saw really strong aurora in the end of September. In the beginning of October, I was on John O'Groats, and that evening, when I was there, it was such a strong aurora. I saw it becoming red and green. Before, I only saw aurora, which was colorless, white colors. So I did not even understand that it's aurora until you don't get out your phone and start take photos. But on John O'Groats, that day was so beautiful. I will insert video here. Now we will talk about bad scenes, about not tourist season. And first scene is that your ferry tickets can get cancelled because weather is not quite stable. So ferries cannot go from Outer Hebrides back to the mainland Scotland. And we have to be prepared for it. And it's really often happening. And in case it's storm, you just will get stuck and done. And I had this kind of situation in February. I was on Uists, and I almost get stuck. My tickets get canceled, and I had to rebook tickets for earlier time. So you really have to be prepared to like rebook any time or to be able to stay for longer time. And also, I have a friend who gets stuck on the Isle of Jura, like few days because of storm. So just be prepared that maybe you will get stuck somewhere. Second one is not stable weather. So it's all the time storms and wind gas is so strong. So also you have to be really careful and sometimes hiking become not really, sorry, I have my hair everywhere because of wind. So sometimes hiking become not quite safe because of strong wind and wind gusts can be like 50 miles per hour, 60, 70, up to 100. And in case 100, like trees will just fly around and done. So be prepared for it. And third thing is that in case weather is bad, there may be a power cut. Like I had power cut in the end of October, I think, or maybe beginning of November. It was an extremely strong storm. And I did not have electricity for maybe 2 days. And some remoter places, like somewhere on islands or somewhere far away in Highlands, they did not have electricity for like 3 to 7 days. Like so, I was lucky that I did not have electricity only for 2 days. And of course, electricity is not only about like having light or having internet, but also about like freezer and refrigerator get defrost and all food gets spoiled. So it's also quite a problem. Oh, again, like wind. Why so windy? Last thing is that all restaurants, all museums, and all other things are closed during winter and during not tourist season. So you have to be prepared that you will have to cook food by yourself. And first time when I went to Highlands from Edinburgh, I did not know that all restaurants will be closed, and I booked just normal hotels, not apartments, and I did not have kitchen, so I had to really survive. You really have to think about it, and you have to like book accommodation with a kitchen, and also you better buy all food. Somewhere in big supermarket because in the middle of nowhere there's usually no supermarket. There are only local shops or maybe even no local shops at all. For example, in case you go to Isle of Skye, there of course will be a big supermarket in Portree and in Broadford, but in case you go to NC500, all west side don't have any supermarkets at all. So in case you stay somewhere in Torridon, Garloch, Durness, then it will take you a really long period of time to drive to Inverness. So you better buy food in advance. But in case you stay, let's say, in Turso, John O'Groats, Wick, and East Side, then of course there will be supermarkets. There's a supermarket in Turso, there's a supermarket in Wick, and there's a supermarket in Inverness. So in this kind of situation, it's like it's fine. So just be prepared. You have to cook food by yourself and buy all products in advance. So that's all about natural season. Thank you so much for watching this video. And in next video, I will talk about tourist season, about good and bad sides of tourist season. So in case you have any questions, in case you are interested where to go in Scotland, or like how does it feel to live in Scotland, or anything, like what to prepare for Scotland, or which clothes to bring in Scotland, you can write me comments and please like, comment and subscribe. And see you. Bye bye.